Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise. I'm Lamar Haven. Welcome back to Battle 64. Time to head here. After our ambush last time, we still have a mission to accomplish. Scene 11, Warriors of the Fallen Kingdom. So I did some things in between episodes, some grinding, some rep alignment stuff, but we'll discuss that in a bit. I received some information from our scouts. It seems that the enemy troops are led by Rhade. Well, since that thrashing you gave him earlier, he'll want some payback. I wouldn't call it a thrashing per se, but whatever you say, Hugo. Let's get started. Castle Dunkwild will be our headquarters for this operation. We'll march on Castle Burgund, a day and a half west. We must take the castle. Our intelligence indicates that the concentration of enemy troops increases the further west we go. They're taking a defensive stance. We will have to outwit them. They're no milling about. They look like they're lacking direction. As I said earlier, the units are led by Rhade, who will win at any cost. Be careful. As you may know already, they've been enlisting more experienced men. They'll be tough, but don't give up. Avoid unnecessary skirmishes and use your men to their potential. Alright, so there's going to be a few issues in this battle. Not the least of which is flying units, and they're being used quite effectively, so we have to be careful. It's settled into a castle in the Highlands of Sortham. To keep them from amassing power, we will have to retake the castle quickly. Alright, so some of the things I did in between is stuff like grinding some levels and the alignment stuff, like I said. I did find out that just through neutral farming, that is going to area investigation and encountering neutral mobs, you can affect your alignment quite well. I don't know if it affects soldier experience, but I did test that as well, but not long enough to actually get any soldiers to level up. Now I need to check these. Toolbook, and I think down here, Idorf, yep, they're both low morale. So what we're going to need is first, Morris's unit is going to head for there, and Wynn's unit is going to head down here. Then let those guys go for a sec. Alright. Now, I personally am going to also head down this way. And let's see what this Ralph unit is like. They are a lawful unit, so a chaotic one should go after them. A chaotic unit like Kojiro. Attack. This is not the only flying unit. There will be several flying units throughout this mission, so you need to be careful. Bolt will go with me. Vega, I'm going to send you south. And then Troy is going to stick around here. And Leia is going to go north with me. Don't need a ton of units down south because it meets right back up here. Here's the main split point. So let's head out. Alright, so the first unit we see, Little John. Yep, Grapplers. These are a very special unit, a unique unit of which you can get one of in the entire game, and he's a special named guy. So you will not be able to get Grapplers in any other way, so don't worry about it. Alright, so we're going to be dealing with a lot of flying units. You'll be seeing some interesting variations of them, like what type of units you can create. Maybe you'll get an idea for your own, but just as a forewarning, the alignment on Kojiro is going to get all mixed up for some reason. Just as a forewarning, there's only so many units. Also, they all use items. Lots and lots of items, so be wary of that. Sophia needs to be the one, Sophia, to attack. So hopefully Sophia's in front, because I planned her to defeat, so her and Morris should be able to handle it quite well. So you might be saying, Haven, You sound a little more competent than usual. What's going on? And you'd be very observant, dear viewer, because, yes, I've done this mission before, and failed 45 minutes in, because my main character got attacked by a lot of berserkers. A lot of berserkers. Yeah, it kind of sucked. But in the for you, that means I'm actually knowledgeable about the map this time and what's going to happen. So yay! Why? That's confusing. Oh well. Go and kill them! Fear not the pain, fear not death! You have no other choice but to defeat them. Now go! This is what happens when you use Bulamukins as weapons. They have two different attacks. The basic attack that's from the front row, and a special attack from the back row. We won't see the special attack from the back row for a little bit, but it will get shown off eventually in this battle. This isn't the only unit of grapplers you end up fighting. So, essentially, as you can probably tell from their stance, they're copies of ninjas, essentially. There's little difference between them and actual ninja units. You could equate them with ninja masters, however, in that they do act sort of like an upgraded unit. Or tier 2 unit. A character. Tier 2 character. Class. Shut up. Alright, so what I'm trying to get at here... Bolt. I might need Bolt to go finish off that unit. So what I'm trying to get at here is that the grapplers have an attack from the back row, which is supposedly the physical equivalent of ninja magic. Now, ninja magic, I think we're going to see some in this mission. You'll see is actually quite powerful, but not as powerful as a straight-up magic user. So, alignment. Kodro's alignment in the last failed recording was completely messed up at the end of this battle. So, just FYI. What was I trying to say? Oh yeah, ninja magic is not strictly as good as, oh, say, upgraded sorceress. That's not gonna work, is it? Sophia. Just enough to scare them away. So, if you use a ninja in a back row, what you're going to get is a 2x2 attack, not a 2x2 square, is what their magic is going to affect, and it'll inflict a status effect. So in that way, it's sort of like a combination spell, but not really. Grappler, from the back row, will use one strong, very strong, physical attack, but will only attack once. Ninja Master in the back row will use their ninja magic twice. So, in that sense, a grappler is strictly worse than a ninja master. However, grapplers, because in this game you only have the one, are not limited by things like alignment up. I just killed a lawful unit. They're not limited by alignment whatsoever. So they can be any alignment you want. So, that's their advantage. Sophia, use an item. Heal leaf. Yep. So that said, not terribly useful. I probably will use the Grappler just because he's such a unique unit. But beyond that, you don't want him anymore. Is what I'm trying to say in this game. I'm doing a wonderful job with commentary today. Commentary was a little better last time when, you know, I was not dying. Alright, so Sophia should be able to push that unit back. We'll be able to liberate the city, and then everything will be hunky-dory. Oh, right, this is an extremely weak unit. Their only means of attack are soldiers. Yay, soldiers. Okay. Stop critting. You crit me too much. I know like. Awesome paper. And the experience you're gaining from killing soldiers is downright pathetic, too. So, If we do manage to kill one, not that much of a victory, but it will make that group easy to farm. And the alignment went up again, because why not? So, now that we should liberate the town, and there's the next flying unit we need to worry about, Killik. And these guys are going straight for our main base. So Killik there needs to be stopped by a lawful unit, which Troy's unit is essentially becoming. Why is Prince Yumil leading this Western Division? It's not uncommon for royalty to lead armies. Something's fishy. Latium is facing Lotus. Don't you think that Lotus wants to keep the prince close? It makes for an easy hostage, no? Essentially what he's arguing is because the Western Division is the one closest to Lotus, the prince leading the Western Division also means he's very likely to run into Lotus if there's ever any issue. And the first thing Lotus would do is go after the Western Division, and if they were to aggress against Palatinus, and just be like, Snatch, got your prince! Which is very possible. So it's a very good point. And the kingdom would know this. So you've got to ask yourself what's going on. But we've already seen Yumil in contact with a member of Lotus's army. Rupture Rose, which is an upgraded version, which is for the upgraded Beastmaster. And captured? That's not at all what happened last time. Or was it? Can't seem to remember. Beyond Eosmentinus, the western region, is protected by the Western Division led by Prince Yumil. I think they'll be tougher than the Southern Division. You aren't planning on returning to the Southern Division, are you? I'm not sure exactly what she means by that question. Return as in change sides again? Or does she mean just return to the southern area? Because when you say division, you actually, in this world, in this game, you usually specifically mean the army. So that question kind of confuses me. Oh well. Throw a kiss on yourself, one of the units that won't be attacking. Thus the attack up is useless to you. Yeah, see, the unfortunate thing about the fairy buff, it would be nicer if you had more control over who it was going to buff, but you don't. It acts as a heal, and uses the healing AI. So she's going to buff whoever needs the healing the most, every time. So, that's not very useful, because it's really hard for you to manipulate who needs the healing the most on your own team. And they barely touched us, and there are only 2 attackers, or 2 very, very weak soldiers. I'm going to hope that I can eventually get Wind to finish off that unit for some free XP. And here we've got 3 Valkyries, all spellcasting against 2 Grapplers. So that's going to be a rough group. Lehiboth is lawful. Nobody's going to be able to catch up to that flying unit except for Kojiro, but Kojiro's on defensive for now. I'm going to be using him for offensive later. Here's the next flying unit we have to worry about. Lawful unit. So I need another chaotic one to cut him off. Yes, yes, yes. In the meantime, Elgaria can be liberated by my unit. I've tested this one. So I'm going to head that way, and Leia is going to support me. I'm counting on these units to all attack the stronghold, and Troy and Kojiro are going to be able to defend it. In the meantime, Sophia, you've had enough time to rest. Go fight. Uh-oh, trouble down here. Droit, what are you? I need Vega to get involved in that. Actually, Vega, you're going the wrong way. I'm gonna have you go there, and then after the unit. Hopefully that'll cut it off in time. Fight it out. See, again, that's a useless person to power up. And the heal is nowhere near useful enough that it should be using the AI for healing. But I would suspect that they didn't want to create a specific AI for targeting buffs, so they just attached a heal to the spell to make it easier to use, because that was the only AI that made sense for targeting your own people. That's pure speculation on my part, of course. I have no idea exactly how they designed this game or what their concept was. Alright, and you have another unit to deal with. So if you start moving... If I were to send her straight after the unit while it was over the water, she would think that she would have to travel all around the area. She would think she'd have to cross the bridge and come down at first, so she wouldn't have gotten there. Alright. Hopefully she can at least take out the leader or hurt them enough so that they don't want to go straight for the stronghold. Morris is getting a ton of screen time! I keep thinking that I might need to make more ninjas, but I think I can make these berserkers work. When they become Black Knights, their defense goes way up. In the meantime, they can barely take a hit. That doesn't count because that was effing magic missile. That's one of the weakest attacks in the game. Oh dear. Haha, lava shot. Wrong target. And magic missile. And not enough time to use elemental Pedra. But enough to win. So I can back Morris's unit off so Morris himself can heal. And hopefully that unit is gonna just heal up and ignore everything I just did. Yep! Pretty much fully healed. Alright. Aegean Wind, start your journey down. Lehiboth, I remember, is lawful, but you're a lawful unit that I have to stop, which means Wind is going to need to get some showtime. Oh, he's just straight up running. Good to know. Wind. Go for the unit. Bolt and Sophia. Bolt, you can start heading down. Sophia, you stay there. Lost the... There. That happens sometimes. Alright, it's been liberated. Let's double check the shop, but I don't remember there being anything, but I want to show you guys. Great bow if you need it. Great shield, plate armor, that kind of stuff. It's your stronghold. Since Prince Umil became general, Wentinus has been stable. However, it's getting a little shaky. Maybe because of the Revolutionary Army. How could Lotus be interfering? Wentinus being next to Lotus, I knew something like this would happen. This guy confuses me. So, it was unstable. Umil being here made it more stable, but now it's unstable again. How? Umil was in charge for like 3 months. How stable could you possibly have gotten in 3 months? It just strikes me as strange. Anyway, here's another way you can build a flying unit. 2 worms or wyverns, I don't remember what they're called, plus 1 flying gleaming unit, which is either a raven or a Voltan. See, the problem with the Hawkmen units is the Hawkmen themselves are really underwhelming, and then they only upgrade once, like everybody else, pretty much. I mean, unless you count the fighter Amazon. But that's the thing, is I kind of consider the Hawkman to be a fighter Amazon. In power, almost. So them only having 1 upgrade makes them really underwhelming. There should still be a flying unit coming in from the top, just as I was saying, but he's going to be too tired and he's going to rest like right before the water. So we're not going to be able to do much with him. Meantime, Vega's going to keep attacking, and hopefully finish this unit, or cause some serious damage to this unit. Don't miss! Thunder Arrow! Katrina laughs at your pathetic attempts at damage. Vendetto! Again, still deaths. But now your leader is exposed. So next turn should be the last, and then we'll finish off your little worm buddy. Or maybe we'll finish him off first with the this game. AI of this game. English. You never know. And I don't think I'm going to catch up. This is what happens when you deal with flying units. They get around you, and you're trapped. This is why I have people hanging around here. Alright, wind. You need to slow this unit down. Well, not slow them down, they're not moving anywhere. I mean, weaken them. Pretty significantly, actually, if you don't mind. And this is one of those units that you need to be very careful with, because they can and will combine those lightnings together. They can easily kill a back row unit, a back row heavy unit with that. Ionosphere! Didn't get anybody in the status effect. That would have been nice. Alright, they won't combine. Because you can tell because the two that are left are the ones in the corners. Oh, they could have still combined. I didn't expect them all to attack Sophia. Meantime, Elemental Pedra. Does it kill her? It kills her. Alright, so their leader is down. Ionosphere! And that's a win. Okay. Whew. Now I need to back him off so he doesn't accidentally capture the city. Bolt, you're gonna fight. Oh dear. Let's see what your status is, Sophia. You need more rest. Morris is hurt. In the meantime, here's the area where I died last time. When you get here, you're gonna find that there's like 3 units all hanging around this area. So what I'm gonna do this time is I'm gonna move up that far with Leia and my unit. There we go. Bolt in a very unoptimal position. Ugh, and they're plenty optimal with the way they are. This is bad. And that's the attack I was worried about. Thankfully, they can only use it once, and it can be guarded or dodged or what have you. Actually, I think they don't have a dodge mechanic in this game. I think it's purely guard. Huh. Didn't occur to me. Oh well. Thankfully, we're still in a position where we're going to win this fight. And Bolt just keeps on being a rebel. Which I think works, because although they are lawful, I think fencers, when they upgrade to Swordmaster, aren't nearly as lawful as, say, a paladin. Ooh, good, they're camping. Which one are you? You're the Raven. So, Troy. Sick 'em. I didn't expect that. That works quite well for me. And if you're wondering why I'm not sending Wind to go attack the Valkyrie unit that's now wandering my forest, it's because he needs healing, but he can't go into the town until Bolt liberates it. So, Bolt liberates, Wind goes in and rests up. Him and Dio go murder the Valkyrie the rest of the way. Whew. Okay, well, that was good. Vega done well. Vega done well. And it's still chasing him. And somehow managed to sideswipe yourself. Because why not? And you used an item on your one last wyvern. That's admirable of you. And by admiral, I mean stop it. Just stop it. Oh well, I guess I get another attack. I have to attack you again, because there's no way this is going to be a kill. It happens sometimes. The game's AI isn't perfect. And it's going to keep doing that, and you just healed it again. Getting deja vu over here. Like I said before when I discussed that the enemies are starting to use items, and it's going to be a problem. Not only that, but they're using upgraded units and items. and you can only expect it to get worse as you play on. Ooh, lucky crit. Groovy. That works in my favor. Alright, I'm going to send you all the way over here, because by the time you get there, it'll definitely be liberated. Wind. I need to attack them. I'll have to use an item to make sure Wind's unit's healed up. That's fine. Poke! Poke! See, that's the problem with sleep as a status effect, is it can be broken by getting attacked. Other status effects like paralysis are strictly better because they don't get broken when you get attacked. But I think there's some units, or some characters I should say, that would be immune to paralysis, but not sleep? I'm not 100% on that though. Anyway, they were tired and sleepy, and we took a good chunk of damage out of them. In the meantime, Wind, what's your status like? Yeah, I don't trust that health level. Especially when, yeah, this unit's healing. Ugh. But they can only attack the front. I think that'll work. Wind, go after them first. Succeeded in liberating. So we need to go check out what's inside. Will Winter's feel the ravages of war like the South did? I hope Prince Yuma would stop it. I guess they can't control everything. If you were expecting Yumil to stop something like this big, honestly, you just don't know the guy. Alright, I'll have Sophia go ahead after them, and Troy is going to get another attack in, because why not? After this, since this is the final flying unit that's really a threat at the moment, I'm going to start sending Kojiro over to do his thing. Smack. See, a physical heavy group just can't touch Troy's unit. That's the way they're built. And there you go. Now Troy's just going to mop up the rest of that pretty easily. See, even if you're a full flying unit, if you get pushed back, I think, yeah, you're still limited by water and terrain that a normal unit would be. I think they could program it so that if you're flying, you can just fly back over it when you retreat. And they just decided it was safer to keep the same limitations on them as if they were just a ground unit. Again, complete speculation. I have no real insight into the development of this game or any of the people who talked about the development of this game. Speaking of, I don't think there's ever been... I think this is the final Ogre Battle game. Alright, so now we've got units that are on the way. Now, this unit was staying at the town there, the Beastmaster Beast Tamers unit. However, this was, as soon as we cross the bridge, he's going to come up and try and attack us. In the meantime, these two units are defending. Ninja Master, with fencers and a ninja, and then Freddy here, the wizard, surrounded by two golems. And Wind is going to attack them. Thankfully, since they're resting and apparently we attack them from the side, they're not very optimal. Swing and a miss. Well, actually it was a hit, but it wasn't a very good hit. And that's pretty much the most damage you're going to be able to deal with an AoE attack, because you rarely get more than three characters in a unit split up in that specific way. That was good. That was nice and strong. Wind, you did great. Now you get another attack in. Gosh, dang it.